it's like treasures that I came across but did not purchase. But if you do want to see, and if you're interested in seeing what I did purchase, I will link that video down below. I just did a Goodwill haul part 2. So, yes, the first item is this picture frame. Now, the reason I was so excited about this picture frame is because I love that it's gold, but it also has like that beautiful green color on the outer edge, and then it moves into like a blood, ox blood kind of maroon color. And it just very much reminded me of American Horror Story, horror story hotel. For some reason, it just like gave me those vibes a little bit, and also just like Victorian home vibes. Also disclaimer about, or I guess like warning kind of about thrifted things, is that I feel like antiques have certain energies about them, and there's certain energies that I don't really want in my home. So that's another reason I was kind of like scared to buy these things. I don't know if you guys relate, if you feel that way about antiques or not, but like certain things, like, you know, there's spirits in that shit, and I don't want that in my house. So, sorry. So the next item is, let's go to it, is a picnic basket, a suitcase luggage type situation, and also a little tray, but I think the clip goes by quickly, so we'll see. So first is the suitcase, une valise. So this color was gorgeous. Okay, I've been really looking for a oxblood red, cherry red looking leather mixture type of purse, like a little bit of brown but also red, and this suitcase was exactly that. I think it is so beautiful. It's vintage, she's gorge, and I really like the look of people like using a suitcase as like a stackable item and maybe put like coffee books on it, or like a plant, or you know what I mean, like just using it as a decoration is what I had in mind. But I live with my mom right now, so there's not like that much room for just like whatever. And also on the inside, let's see if it's in this clip, on the inside it's like peeling up, and that just made me nervous. I'm like, oh my gosh, I thought I cut my finger on it, like the adhesive is starting to peel back. And I'm like, okay, no, I'm not like a restoration person, like I don't really have the knowledge and education to like fix this thing. Although it's gorgeous, it looks like a vintage wallpaper in a hotel, which I thought was neat. So yeah, that is the suitcase. The zipper, lovely. It was so smooth. It felt like new. You know what I mean? How sometimes zippers feel crusty and creepy and like, not this zipper. This zipper was fantastic. But this is the item that I'm like, this has got energies in it. This has got spirits in it, and I ain't bringing it into my house. So I left it at Goodwill. But it was $5.99, you guys. Only $5.99. I may never find one like that ever again, and I'll probably be mad at myself, but I just don't really have the like place for it right now. So, oh well. Okay. Next up is the picnic basket. And I thought this was gorgeous because it was like a 3-tone. We have that like cherry, maybe cherry's not the right word, I don't know. Like a more warm tone brown at the top, and then we've got the more like neutral, like bamboo-y, wicker looking color. I don't know how to describe that. And then like this dark brown, almost black, it might be black kind of color wicker. But it was in such good condition. It was only $4.99 or $5.99, and it's just like such a cute little picnic basket thing. And I thought that I could use it for art materials. What was that? My candle acting up. I thought that I could use it for like my threads and my like sewing materials, and or paint, like my oil paints or something like that. And I just kind of pictured myself using that as like a carry-on for if I were to ever like paint in a park an ottoman, like a circle ottoman, tufted velvet. Then I imagine like a blanket laying over there, having this thing on it, putting like a crystal on it, candle, and just use it as a tray, essentially, is what I was thinking for this. But I'm not in a new place yet, and I definitely want to like make my place my own whenever it's time for that. But for now, I'm still at home and I'm just getting by with what I have. I'm not really going for like crazy decorations until I move and know where I'm gonna live, you know. So that is that. The way it's crafted almost reminds me of a drum. It's very handmade looking. It doesn't look like manufactured, which is what I like about it. It's very artisanal, artisan, you know. So the next item, let's go around town, is this heart. So this was this red wire wicker mixture material of a heart, and I have a chicken coop fence with like a frame around it on my wall, so I thought that I could use this heart and just paint it a certain color that's more neutral and then hang it on my wall, maybe even put crystals on it or something, but just like a really cute wall decoration. But I didn't end up getting it, but that's okay. Next up is this chair. Now, this isn't something that I see myself purchasing, but again, I just wanted to show some appreciation for this chair because I have liked the 70s color palette for quite some time now, probably about like a year, and this chair screams 70s to me, and it is like the perfect grandma chair in the best way. And I was shook that I found this thing, so feeling good, feeling blessed. I just noticed this is probably kind of bright. Let's lower it a little bit. Okay. Come on. Next up is this golf club. You guys. I'm gonna go back tomorrow and see if they're still there. It's $1.99 there's 2 of these different golf clubs, but like gorgeous. Hello. The wood on it is so beautiful. It reminds me of a vintage bowling alley, the bowling lanes, you know, how the wood is kind of interacting like that. The color green is gorgeous. She's giving vintage. She's giving beauty and grace. And if I think of golf in my head, that's what I would imagine a golf club to look like. Not necessarily like the new metal ones. I'm thinking like vintage back in the day golf, whenever they were made of wood and stuff, I think, instead of all the iron and steel and whatever else they're made of. So it was just so beautiful, and the gold on it, the paint. So I'm gonna try to go back tomorrow and hope, cross my fingers, that they're both still there, because my mom plays golf, my brother plays golf, and she loves this kind of stuff. So to have it as an, what am I saying? So to have it as a collector's type of item would be really neat for her, I feel like. Next is this pair of pantaloons. Now, these pants, I didn't buy them because it's not my style anymore, but I feel like in college, junior year, I would have rocked the shit out of these. They have little rainbows and mushrooms and little squiggly guys. Squiggly guys all over them. And it's just so charming and cute, and a little tulip and an earth, a little globe. The color is awesome. That lime green used to be my favorite color to buy, but I'm just not into color as much as I used to be. I'm sure I'll have a soul revival of color at some point, but for now I'm more neutral and like earthy tones and pigments and stuff like that, but that's okay. Next up is this cute, I'm gonna call it a beach cover-up type of situation. I imagine wearing a bathing suit with it because it's see-through all the way down, but just the shape of the chest, like the bodice area, is very feminine. I could tell it would look really flattering on. I feel like I've developed an eye now for fashion and like what parts are gonna sit where and how it's all good. I'm sure I'll find something like that at another date. Alright, the next dress is this really cool fabric. It was this ivory color with my favorite like burnt orange type brown color right now. Also, this green is another one of mine that I do like. It's olive green, but more a bluey forest type of tone to it. But just this color combination is screaming vintage. It's screaming kind of tablecloth, feminine, housewife, decorative towel type vibes. And I almost didn't really want to play into that. It was also too small. It was a size small, but it looked like it was going to be really small for me. I would have preferred it to be like a medium, and then I might have considered it, but no. The buttons, I just don't really like the way that buttoned certain clothing with big buttons down the center look on me, and I feel like the cut in general isn't necessarily my style, but I did really appreciate the dress, and I wanted to share it with you all. Next is this shirt. Now, this shirt gave me bowling alley realness, 70s edition, with the brown capped sleeves, then that same old orange color like this, and a little bit of a tan type of color in it too. It was kind of a gradient. I thought it was really adorable, but the fabric didn't feel right. It was very like swooshy, uncomfortable cotton, almost like those like business shirts that are very not flexible. Does that make sense? It's very like structured. That's the way it felt. And if it was softer cotton and it felt a little bit more expensive, I would have, but it did just feel like a costume type of shirt, so that's why I passed that one up. Alright, next up is this jacket that I'm gonna call like Inuit realness. So this was beautiful. It had this really awesome tan suede color with some cutouts and some detail work on the sleeve right here, as well as along the back side, and then it had fur on the cuffs on the inside of the jacket, and it had a fur on the part right here. Now, this might have been like $24. They have some jackets in there that are like $24 to $29 whenever they're like a petticoat type of length situation going on, or just a really thick fabric. And I didn't want to spend that money on it, but I did want to appreciate it because I really do like the Native American and tribal type of style. Like, I really appreciate it, but at this time I felt like it's not something that I could really pull off in the climate that I'm in, and it's not like I'd have to wait to move to Montana and then experiment with more primal nature type of clothing, you know. And then this jacket was from Gap, and there's something about it, I don't remember. I feel like it might have been like right past my era, but I do remember seeing these jackets that they were popular and that moms bought their kids these jackets. And I think it was around the era of like denim being really popular. I forget, but I just wanted to feature this because I thought it was kind of cool. Okay, next is this green. Now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, is there anything really that special about it? Like, maybe not. But just to show you guys, like, the items that I used to thrift junior year of college were all this color green. I burnt out on it. I bought maybe like 10 things of this color with different texture variations and threads and patterns and things like that. So now whenever I look at it, I'm like, I don't know about that. Even though my purse is that color, it's called matcha. But anyways, just bye, done. Scroll past that. But still, it's cool. Like, I like the threads in it and how it's shiny. Alright, next, this shirt screamed Tiger King tackiness, but also I kind of was into it at the same time. It was a silky, like, sleep shirt material, but not that super, super thin, like, really movable silk. It was more just like a sheen over the top of it, and it was a thicker shirt. But I did just want to feature that because, like, that's kind of a vibe. Mixing lime green with an animal print, I do think reverse strap or some kind of detailing to go in with my whole color scheme that I've been about, but because it's only like $2 or $1.99, but I don't see a purpose for it, so I keep leaving it there. But I love that it has the gold and the different like bronze tones and different things like that in it. It's interesting, but not interesting enough for me to want to buy it. Let me grab some water. I'm thirsty. Thirsty gal. Alright, next are these shoes. Now that I'm looking at this stuff, I'm like, why did I even take videos of this stuff? But I really do like parts of it. It's not my style of shoe that I would wear, but I do appreciate that it's two completely different tones of leather. So for some reason that was inspirational to me. It's just not the right shoe, so I didn't buy it. Alright, next is this dress. Now, I didn't buy it like anything in this video, but I didn't want it because it was not a neutral color and the style was very extravagant, and I'm like, when would I ever in my life wear this? I never will, and I know someone else will love it, so I didn't want to get it. But I do love the like neckline detail. It's very layered and it does remind me of poetry, like back in the day what poets would wear, and like scholars, and they'd have their blousey white or cream top, you know, and then it'd be super extra up here. So that's kind of the vibe that I got with that, and I wanted to feature that. And then this gorgeous colored dress. It's not that unique of a fabric, like you can go buy this pretty much anywhere, but this looked slightly different and more expensive in a weird way than I'm used to seeing, so that was kind of cool about it. I love the tone, and it was very much that Greek toga day that people did in high school. We had like senior week or whatever. It was like toga day, one of the days. That is totally something that someone could wear for that, but it was just a cute little dress I wanted to show. Alright, next is this type of animal print shirt. It didn't look elevated enough for me to get it, but I did like that it was a silky-ish material. I liked the olive tones in it because I haven't seen a cheetah print with olive tones, and this one also gave me giraffe a little bit. It almost seemed like it didn't really know what it was. Like the animal print looks a little not natural, which made me not love it, but it did still stand out to me, so I wanted to show you all. I just love those kinds of random ass silky sleep shirts. They're really cool to me. Alright, now this dress, I've been thinking about doing a photo shoot. Who's gonna be my photographer? No clue, don't ask. I have no idea. But to do like a 50s housewife kind of look, I was just like on the prowl for some dresses, like just to see if they had anything. And this dress doesn't necessarily fit the era, but it did feel kind of like 20s to me in a way, like flapper girl vibes, with like the bottom being a little bit pleated and then the pearls all over it. Something about it was kind of like sophisticated and interesting and just looked like a true vintage dress, so there's that. Next is this navy blue. It had a black shift to it, and in person it was much more like shiny. On the video it looks very mattified, but I could not decide what to do with it for a project, so I let it go, and I thought, hey, why ruin a dress when someone else can actually wear it and enjoy it, when I was just going to use it for scraps, you know? So I did see it as like a night sky and like mixing it with like dinosaur, and like I had this whole like fantasy vision in my head about it, but like a desert and a night sky, but like I couldn't conceptualize it in my head in a visual way, so I'm like, yeah, nah, whatever, pass. Alright, next is a little sneak preview of the shirt that I did buy, and you will see in my haul if you go click the link down below. But I love this fabric and these colors, very fall, very cute. And then I saw this Yellowstone shirt. I love the color of it, that mustardy color, but the Yellowstone graphic just looked very like run of the mill. And as a graphic design type major, like having that as one of my wheelhouses, I know good graphic design from bad graphic design, and that graphic design is not that great. Sorry, designer. So I didn't want it. And then next is this sequin dress. I kept this in my cart, but I'm like, no, like these tones aren't me. They're very fancy looking, and there's nothing about them that can really be dressed down. But I did like the shape and the way that they were laid on the fabric. It was very intricate and beautiful for sure. So just, hey, appreciation post for sequins. I think sequins are really, really special. I don't know, y'all. They're just fun. Alright, is that it? Let's check. Oh yeah. Then this Timberland shirt. Timberland clothes. I don't recall ever coming across any until this one, but it's a really nice bright blood orange. I've said the word blood like 8 times in this video, sorry, but it's like that grapefruity orange type of color, and I really liked it. Like the shirt felt really nice, but it was too big and it was short sleeves. I'm like,